See, it's not showing the overlays on the stream for some reason. So we're already live. That's class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, never mind then. Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to Console Spear Tier 3. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis and we're here in France for the Paul Ricard circuit. And it's round 4 of today's championship, and what an interesting championship it is. We've seen a lot of different winners already and it's such close in the top of the field. Next to me is Lewis. Lewis, welcome, you're here mate. Already nice to have you alongside me in the commentary box.
Yes, welcome everyone. This evening to what should be a great race once again in France. Yeah, this season so far, the safety cars really played into it, but this game has really encouraged great wheel-to-wheel action. I think with the overtake button now and the ERS wiped away, we've seen some really good battles and strategic saving of ERS. So expect more today. It's going to be quite a tricky one to save, especially if you're looking to overtake. But expect the same contenders as always. Obviously, Ricky after his win last week should be looking to get another good result, and also Matty and Dan in the Alphas, as well as Muzzers and Rob. There's so many good guys in this Tier 3 that I thought we were going to lose. Well, it's going to be a bit open, but yeah, we've got some really good drivers that are going to challenge for this race.
Yep, definitely, and it's definitely going to be a very interesting one because I'm still not quite sure what is the best strategy around here. People who are going to go on and qualify on the softs will definitely have to make the two-stop work. People who start from outside of 10 will probably go medium to hards, and that is looking like a really strong strategy. So it's up to the guys who are starting on the softs to pull away enough to make sure the two-stop is gonna work. But it's definitely gonna be very interesting. So if someone is starting outside of the 10, don't rule them out yet, because they still got a very good chance of finishing on the podium, if not taking the win in today's race. Currently on board with Ricky, winner of last week's Italian Grand Prix. He was very happy with it, and it actually bumped him up into second place in the championship. So doing a brilliant job in the Ferrari. It's really close between him, Matty Robbo, and Robert. Of course, Matty Robbo and Robert obviously last week didn't have a brilliant race. Both didn't score points. Definitely Robert didn't score points. I don't know about Matty, at least didn't score a lot of points. That made the championship interesting and open again, so we're definitely looking forward to see how it's gonna turn out today after 1.5 hours of racing, as Isaac, the replacement of Pure Blades, puts in the first time of today with 129.0.
Yeah, Dan and Ricky are closely following. Dan looks a lot quicker, to be honest. He's caught Ricky up by quite a bit in this final sector. So expect Dan to be somewhere looking for a 128 possibly, and he just about gets the 128s, 128.9 for Dan early on.
Early lap time for Dan in. Yeah, Dan and Matty Robbo got some inside information. They're both on the same level of pace, so it will definitely be very interesting to see what they're gonna do with the strategy, because they can't stop on the same lap, of course. So they've got to figure out something for that. And we've got the new Mercedes in. He wasn't here last week, but his name, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna try to pronounce that one. It's too hard. He's from...
I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah, try.
Hervaldinius.
Hervaldinius, yeah, I think it's something like that. He's from...
I think that's, yeah.
What's the country he's from? I know the country he's from. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. Is it Estland? Estland? It's Estland in Dutch. But...
Iceland.
No, it's not Iceland, it's Estland. It's like the dark blue, black and white flag. It's like from...
Greece.
No, not Greece, that's not dark blue.
Oh.
It's like, wait, I will show you on... wait, I will get the Google Translate out now.
Yeah. Don't worry guys, we will find this.
Yeah, this is great preparation. You just knew we were prepared for this one.
But yeah, he is currently on
Estonia. That's it.
Estonia. Yeah.
He's from Estonia. Yeah, Perry is already in it. Yeah, that's class, mate. From Estonia. So that's another country we can add to Console Speed. We had with Rachu, we had Sweden already in, and now we've got Estonia in. It's getting busy now.
It is getting very crowded in the nations participating as Matty goes provisional pole, 128.7. And I guess with those sort of lap times, the Alphas are going for the soft strategy, the two-stop. A few guys have done lap times but very slow on the soft, obviously anticipating then those guys are keeping their options open so they can still do a lap time on the medium or go for the soft later on in the 7.5. But Muzza and Ricky taking it slow, 1 minute 30s, they can definitely beat that lap time on medium. So they're keeping their cards close to their chest right now.
Yeah, it's of course they all want to see which guys are gonna go for that soft strategy and committing to the two-stop, and whether or not the rest of the guys are gonna follow. The likes of Robert, yeah, he's definitely be looking on whether his drivers are gonna go for the two-stop or for the one-stop. Profoto's now on those mediums is looking good in P6, but that can still, of course, change. And Connell now is on the mediums going through the last turn onto the start-finish straight, and let's see where he's gonna put his Williams onto the grid. It's gonna be P5, 130 dead.
Yeah, 130 dead for Connell. So ahead of the medium tyres so far. Roland 8/10 further down, the next quickest medium runner, 130.8. I'm expecting more from Roland, and he is on a hot lap, so we'll see how he gets on. And he is nearly 4/10 up on his previous best. Muzza has just gone out of the pits, and he is on the medium. So Muzza is going to. It's a good time, I think, if you're sort of undecided, go on the medium now, and you do a lap, and then maybe do your final run as a soft tyre if it's quick enough. Short, you go in a two-stop. If you screw up your lap, well, at least you've got the one stop to the alternative strategy to try and make up further back on the grid. So it's pretty smart, I think, going to do this medium run now.
Yeah, you can at least get a time in, and you don't have to worry about setting a quick lap time. On the other hand, if you can't improve, you have to start on that tire, and it's gonna be the question whether you want that or not. Currently on board with the Mercedes driver as he's going through the last turn as well on those mediums. Let's see if you can get anywhere close to the time of Connell. In fact, maybe improve onto the line. And he is gonna improve, 129.8, 2/10 quicker than Connell on those mediums, and that's looking good. Already 2-lap old mediums though, so he needs to stop and box, because otherwise he will lose his advantage compared to the soft runners.
Ton Hevaldenius, I think that's how it's pronounced, but please let us know if it's not. Yeah, they're really good lap time on those mediums, but I don't expect him to be in P5 if he chooses to stay on the medium. Will he go for that soft tyre? Will he think he's got the pace to make the one-stop work? And that is the thing, that is the issue all these guys have. And unfortunately for these guys, being the first race of the week, they are the guinea pigs. Obviously there's been practices, but practices don't ever show a true story, because A, safety cars are very rarely used, and damage isn't used in effect in the practice lobby. So this is very much uncharted territory. We don't actually know, this was what Thomas was saying earlier, so we will find out, hopefully, quite a big thing, but also, you could have an issue where a safety car completely, wrecks the strategy, what we'd expect anyway. So, and you would think would favour a two-stopper if there is Muzza had a big moment in the chicane, was able to avoid spinning out, but that is his lap on the mediums done.
Oh yeah, I can see him now pulling away for the Haas. I'm currently on board with Isaac, the replacement of Blades, as he is on for an improvement. Only 3/10, 2/10 and a bit of Matty Robbo, so he should be on for a current pole position. Let's see through the final turn, negotiates that very well onto the throttle. Good exit. The ERS is open. The ERS ran out of ERS just before the line, but it should be enough, and it is enough. It's a 128.5 for the Alpha Tauri driver, and that's a solid lap time from the AU4 driver.
He's
good lap time from him.
Yeah, he's being a super sub here.
We're placing and doing an absolute brilliant job with both Alfa Romeos being in P2 and P3, and Robert puts his Haas up into P4 with a 129.1. Only 4/10 of Matty Robbo on softs. That's class from the Dutchman.
pace, Rob, is going to be, especially with that one-stop strategy. Oh, Muzz's retired. Is that on track? I think that's on track. It's just after the... Actually, no, it's in pits. It's in the pits. Don't worry. I lied. It's in the pits.
No, I don't think it is, because you can see the pit straight. It's after the chicane. You lost it, I think.
Oh, it is.
On the chicane, because you can still see the red dot and the yellow flag in sector 1. So, don't know what happened to Mazza, but he's not gonna be happy with being in P11 already. And yeah, people will definitely improve on that one.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's a rear end coming out and asking too much for the rear tyres. He had to have bought his first flying lap, and maybe losing that grip on the second lap just weren't there. So yeah, Muzza, he's gonna. Well, we know the best position he's going to be starting in for this race is 11th. There's still a lot of people yet to do lap times. And we've got 5 minutes 46 to go. And there's a bit of quietness now.
Yeah, it's quiet on track now. Everyone is just preparing for probably their last and final run. Currently on board with Ricky as he's on with the mediums. And let's see if he's on for an improvement. He is. He's 8/10 quicker than his soft run. So he's currently looking for a low 130s. Maybe going into the 128s. I would think so. Seeing the times of the other drivers. Let's see if he can get anywhere close to the time of Robert in P4. Going through turn 12, that is. And then on to the very tight technical end of this lap. And then let's see where Ricky is gonna put his Ferrari. Going on board of him for the final part of this lap. DRS wide open, he's low on fuel, onto the line. Let's see where he's gonna put his Ferrari. It's gonna be P6 with 129.6 on those mediums together with the Mercedes, Connell, Saige and Robert. Mixed field for now, softs and mediums, very interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fascinating strategy race, I feel. Hopefully, a safety car will definitely spice things up, but it's one of those where even if there wasn't a safety car, I wouldn't mind, because there's just this fascinating what is that actually better, the 2 or the 1 stop? And that is enough, but obviously, the way everything's been, I don't think we've had a race yet that hasn't had a safety car. We definitely haven't had it in Tier 3, so the odds are high that the safety car will be out at some point.
Yeah, the only thing around here is that the barriers are very far away from the track as well, so for people to retire is either gonna be in the pits or a long distance away from the track. So I'm not quite sure if that is enough to trigger a safety car, but we have to wait and see. Of course, you can see it happening.
Yeah, it's one of those where if you do lose it though, like Muzza, it's actually because of the high speed some of the corners are, and they're not being gravel, you can just find yourself losing control and just crashing into the barrier. I get it though, there's a massive runoff, it's going to be hard to do it. Really, it's going to be 2 cars making contact and then losing control and hitting the wall. I think that's how it's going to happen, if it was going to. But yeah, if it's not going to be a race for safety cars, you would say it'd be this one. But I'm expecting a lot of guys to start coming out at any moment now with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, with 3 minutes to go, you probably would say that everyone is going to go out with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Knowing that the lap is only 1 minute and 28 seconds. Currently on board with Lars as he is still to set a lap time together with Kelsrek, Thibaut and Tom. Lars had a quali ban last week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm definitely sure he had a quali ban last week. So he's finally allowed to get back to qualifying again, but now he needs to make it work. Going through the second to last turn onto the last one. Where is the Dutchman gonna put his ass as he almost lost it on exit? That's not what you want for your qualifying run. Open DRS very late. It's not gonna be a good one, I think. Oh, it still brings him up to P7. Good one from Lars. He won't have time enough to get back into the pits and go for another one, so this is it. But being in P8 now, we'll be happy.
Yeah, Roland ended up invalidating in the first corner, so Roland's not going to improve on his P6 at the moment. Let's see who else. We got a Racing Point.
Sneaky Tom.
Yep, he is about to do his final run as Rob's retired.
Oh, is that a mistake? No, he did it in the pits. He's given up on the medium run. And this could be a very good choice from the Dutchman, knowing that he's in P4 on those mediums. Sneaky Tom goes on to the line. And he puts it up into P4, drops Robert down a place by only 800ths of a second. As Ricky has had enough of it as well, together with Kelsweg. But I think Kelsweg must have made a mistake. No, he didn't. He just retired in the pits. Could be that he had a quali ban as well, I'm not quite sure. Thibaut still in the pits, together with a couple of others. Don't know if that is probably our time schedule thing, being a little bit further ahead than the rest of the grid.
Yeah, I think Matty's just on a hot lap now, so he's just started his final attempt, and Dan is as well, just a few seconds behind. So the battle for pole is on, and also, how do you pronounce the P1?
Yeah, I think it's Isaac.
Isaac, yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go for that one.
Yeah, Isaac. So he is currently on a hot lap as well. So the top three are on their final attempts.
Ooh, and Isaac is on for the improvement. He was almost 2 tenths up. He's now 1.5 tenths up through sector 2. He's got a McLaren behind as well. That must be Jay Prentice. No, Jizzy just ran straight on.
Well, Matty is 3 tenths up on his previous best. So at the moment, Matty is on top form here for beating. Here we go, the clock's coming down. And Dan is on a slight improvement as well, but a bit further down on pole position pace.
It's Isaac now onto the line. He's the first one to improve. 2:01:28.3. Good lap time from Isaac, and now it's time for Medi Robbo to improve. He goes on to the line, ran out of ERS as well. Is it gonna be enough? It is gonna be enough for Medi Robbo, 1:28.2. Now Dan goes on to the line. 1:28.6, not enough to improve. He improved his time, nice position. Juster is in the pits, Sneaky Thomas in the pits, Profotus is in the pits. Now it's time for the Mercedes driver who goes through sector 3 now. Is he gonna improve? He is on. His time is on mediums, but he's currently driving on softs. And this is gonna be the question, whether you want to be setting a lap time on those softs, knowing that you're in P10. I wouldn't take the risk. I would just leave it as it is right now, but I don't think he is gonna do it, because the Mercedes driver is going through the last turn now, and he's definitely gonna improve on his lap time. He goes on to the line as he puts in 1:28.2, just about P2, as Medi Robbo takes pole position. Is there still another driver out on track setting a fast lap time? Could be Ray Snipes in the Racing Point. Is he gonna steal pole position from Medi Robbo? Let's see, through the final turn now, onto the start-finish line. It's gonna be close. Oh, he takes it! 1:27.9, big improvement from Ray Snipes. And Medi Robbo will be gutted not to have pole position here.
Yeah, the dying seconds there. We thought Matty had it, but Rage, he looked so good in those last 2 corners. I was on board with him. He looked proper tidy from the Racing Point driver. And fair play, 1:27.9 gives him pole position at the Paul Ricard circuit.
So with that, only Robert and Ricky are on medium tires inside the top 10. And knowing how strong the medium hard strategy is, those guys are on for a really, really good result. And I'm really looking forward what Lars can do in P11, because he's the first one to go out on fresh mediums if he wants to. So definitely looking for what the guys outside of the top 10 can do with the different strategy, and how well the guys on the softs are gonna deal with the tire wear in the first stint and maybe in the other stints as well. But for now, this is your starting grid for today's Grand Prix. It's Ray Snipes P1, Medi Robbo P2, Herval Dinius in P3, Isaac P4, Dan P5, Justin P6, Sneaky Tom P7, Robert P8, Perforis P9, Ricky rounds off the top 10. Lars, like I said, the first one with free choice of tire P11, Connell P12, GC P13, Saige P14, Mazza P15, J Prance P16, Kelsweg P17, and Thibaut rounding off the grid in P18 with Chris joining as well, but he needs to hurry up because otherwise it's too late for the Dutchman.
Very interesting strategy. A lot of guys on the softs in that top 10. But it's all about how good of a run the soft guys get. I suppose the worst thing for them would be a safety car at the beginning, but there's no point looking too deep into that because there could be so many scenarios that can happen in this race. But who do you reckon? Top 3 then? Let's go for it.
I'm gonna give the race win to Robert, knowing he's on the mediums and I know his pace. I think he's gonna win it. Ricky P2, knowing he's on the mediums as well, and I'm gonna go for Rage Snipes P3.
Yeah, they're very good. Good suggestions. I'm gonna go with Rob as well, just because of how much pace he's just got. As long as, on pace, but yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, he's gonna be in traffic for the first couple of laps. Well, the first couple of laps, like the first 2-3 laps, the soft runners will pull away. So in that case, he needs to, like, damage limitation, make sure the gap is not getting too big. Hopefully, he still is within the 1 second gap of the driver in front. If that is the case, and he's actually being able to stay in the pack with the soft runners, as soon as they make their pit stop, he's free to go. He's got no one in front of him anymore, and he can just go, go, go. Well, the guys behind have to make another stop. That's gonna be crucial. So it's just gonna be the case. He needs to stay clear of damage. Otherwise, it's gonna be a very long race for him.
I'm gonna go with my P2 Rage. I'm gonna go P2 for Rage, and P3. You know, I'm gonna go with. I'm going to go with May. I'm going to go with this guy. I was going to go with Hevaldinius on his debut, but I think May might have a bit more experience in the race pace, race trim. It is a big thing being used to 50% races. So I'm going to go with that as my top 3: Rob, Rage, and May.
Rob, Rage, Matty. Fair enough. Currently on screen are the tyre choices. We've got Connell, Jizzy and Jay Prentice opted to go onto the hard tyre. Surprisingly enough, both McLarens on the same strategy. You don't normally see that one. The rest of the grid is on mediums or on softs, of course. 3 different tyres already, and hopefully it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. We've just go through all the guys. Racing Point, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Alpha Tauri, Alfa Romeo, Red Bull, Racing Point, Haas, Renault, Ferrari, your top 10. A real mixture of manufacturers there in the top 10. I think that's, it's only Racing Point, if I'm correct, that have both their cars in the top 10. Every other car, the Alphas actually, for the Alphas, May and Dan have been incredibly consistent so far in quali and the races. As we get set for what will be a very intriguing French Grand Prix, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to this, especially with the strategy. Like last week, we had a pretty straightforward strategy, so no big surprises there. Now it can just go all over the place, so that's definitely something to look forward to. So here we have it. Everyone is in P3 and the replacement of Blades in P4. Really surprised top 4. And it's gonna be very interesting to see what they can do in the race. As Blades just subscribed for 10th months in a row. That's absolutely class. But we're here the 24th of August for the France Grand Prix. I don't see any lights, so just waiting for them to go. We assume they're there. 5 red lights. And away we go for the France Grand Prix. It's a good start from Ray Snipes. It's a brilliant start from Mercedes. Well, Robo caught sleeping. And he's dropped down to P4, no P3. Then actually moved up to P4. It's Isaac dropping places left, right and center. It's both Alfa Romeos now. in the top 4. And is Dan gonna go for the move immediately? Yes, he is. He overtook Matty Robbo, and that's Dan already up into P3. He will be happy about his start. Everything in the back is clear, apart from Ricky. Ricky dropped a lot of places down to P15. Definitely not hoping for that one. And Robert as well, down to P11. Oh, yellow sector 2. That's a McLaren. It's Jay Prentice. Jay Prentice is off.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got any damage. Trying to look. Camera is. I think it's just a bit of.
Seems good. Yeah, it seems good for now. And no safety car as Sneaky Tom overtook Isaac. Look at Isaac down to P7. Sneaky Tom overtook him. Justin up into P5. Oh, and Isaac got him back. That's Sneaky Tom down again to P7. And Roland Weber move around the outside, try to make it work. Oh, and now he's colliding with Connell. Connell on those hard tires. On hard tires already up into PA. Brilliant start from the Irishman. And Tom loses it. Coming out of turn 12. That's him dropping down places. Down to P13 it is. And Seigate is moving down the inside now. Chaos at the start as Sneaky Tom goes into the pits.
This is another Connell special here. We saw this in Barcelona on the hard, so I'm not going to say any more than that, because last time...
No, definitely. Stop now. Immediately stop talking about Connell, because otherwise we all know what's going to happen. He's 1.7 guy Isaac, and that's the last win we've set. Ronan is behind him. 4/10 is the gap between him and Connell in front. And Ricky is moving up places again. Now up into P10 again. From P15, that's a brilliant recovery in only one lap from the Welshman.
Unreal. Like, you know, if you're going to make a recovery in half a lap, he's got himself back into where he started. But yeah, the hard runners, Jizzy in P9, Connell P7, and the rest ahead of that are then all soft runners so far. But expect those guys to start to lose pace in the next couple of laps. And that's when we'll see the guys on the harder tyres, like the mediums and the hards, start to pull their way back.
Yeah, Robert is not going to be happy. He qualified P8 on those mediums, now down into P13, and he lost all of his advantage to especially Connell and Jizzy knowing on those hard tires. But Ricky, Mazas and Sergey are in front on the harder tire as well. As I'm talking about Jizzy, he got past Ricky and Mazza got past as well. Ricky must have made a mistake through turn 10 because he dropped 2 places in one corner.
Yeah, that's it's Ricky back in P11, and this has really, you could argue, helped the 2 stoppers, because the guy you thought was the quickest, Rob, and Rob's pitting. So disaster, Rob must have had some damage.
Is he changing his front wing? We've got to wait and see. You must say so, otherwise you're not coming in.
Yeah.
On those medium tires yet. There's a front wing change ready. It's, yeah, it happened to him. Like I said, shouldn't happen. Picking up damage the first couple of laps. It happened to him. It's unlucky for his race, and he's got some recovery to do now, knowing that he is in P17, which will probably be P18 as Sneaky Tom gets past. Not the start Robert would have liked. And it's actually the Mercedes driver now getting close to the back of Ray Snipes. Oh, Ray Snipes broke very early, but it actually helped him with the exit. And he's gonna stay in front of the Mercedes with the 2 Alphas being sort of in no man's land. In P3 and P4, good gap behind them to Isaac, who has recovered himself, now back up into P5.
Roland's got absolutely no ERS. He is on, well, he's on hardly any electrics because that thing is almost as flat as I've ever seen a battery. 11%, 9%, whilst Connell is much more efficient. So expect Connell, when DRS is obviously activated now, to start having a little look. He's actually pulled away from Muzza and Ricky. He's lost another place. He's now down at P12. So Ricky, I wonder if he's got wing damage. It would be the only thing that would make sense if he's falling back. I'm having a look on the car. No wing damage. So just dropping back. Those places he gained in that second lap or in the first lap, he's lost already.
Yep, Ricky and Robert definitely not with the restart or the start they would have liked. And Ricky struggling in P12, and yeah, the thing with Roland burning up a lot of ERS is probably because he knows he needs to stay in front of those hard runners, because otherwise it's gonna be a very difficult race for the Dutchman. In the Renault, he wants to do something good for his home crowd here in France, as Medi Robo takes P3 from his teammate Dan. This probably was a multi-21, as Medi Robo is now on to get then close to the two guys in front. 2.3 seconds now is the gap between the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo. Let's see if that is gonna close down in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, so gap was 2.4. I think they're all pretty even, but they've been able to pull away a decent gap. Roland still under pressure heavily, and Mazda is starting to close in on that group between Roland and Chizzy is losing out to Mazda. There's a real good battle there. Chizzy is leading. Actually, all the Renault, Thibaut almost getting the back of Cygate. Just about survives. But a great little battle there. And Ricky's having a look down the inside. And Ricky takes P9 as we start to see our first stoppers. Justin has pitted.
Just a bit, and he is on the medium tires. Okay, so definitely committing to the two-stop, like we said, and it's going to be the question for him if he is going to go for another set of softs at the end, or going to go for a shorter stint on the mediums, then go mediums again, because he, of course, he changed to a different tire compound, so he's free to go on whatever he wants to when he makes his second pit stop. Let's see how Jizzy is gonna do, because he now needs to defend from Cygate as the Dutchman pulls down to the inside. Is he gonna make the move? Sticky brakes very late. They're side by side. Oh, Jizzy. They both make contact, and maybe now Thibaut is gonna get past. Yes, he is. He got past Cygate, and now with the better exit is gonna get past the McLaren as well. Up onto the right-hander. Thibaut takes it.
Oh! And Cygate's lost the rear end. This could be an accident. It is. Major accident. Cygate's out. Could this be a safety car? And the leaders have just gone past the pits.
Leaders gone past the pits. Don't know where Cygate. Oh, there is his car.
Anyway.
Virtual
PSC.
safety car.
Brilliant.
Midi pits. Really good call. Oh, and the two leaders.
They were too late.
They were too late. Oh, this is actually brilliant for Matthew Robbo. Then, unlucky for him, has to continue on, of course, because his teammate is in. But this is a brilliant strategy call from the Alfa Romeo garage on fresh mediums, and this is the time for Matthew Robbo to shine.
Yeah, May did in fair play to him, he gambled because he went into the pits before the VSC was announced. It just came up when he was at the safety car line, the speed limit line. So he brilliantly done. Dan obviously has to stay out. This will give him a good 5-6 seconds, because this is quite a long. In fact, this could be more, because this VSC is a long one.
He gained so much time during this virtual safety car to make a pit stop.
Yeah.
This is actually gonna maybe even give him the win. Oh, as Lars picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. It was in P9, and this is not gonna help his race. Isaac, he pitted for another set of soft tires. I know this is the recommended strategy by the AI, so after this stint he has to go on those mediums, and he needs to make those softs work now. He'll probably pit around lap, I would say 15, if he can stretch it, but 9 laps on those softs is gonna be a hard one. But Medi Robo is in the hot seat right now, and let's see if the leaders are gonna go and make their pit stop, or are they gonna stretch those tires. I can definitely tell that Ray Snipes and the Mercedes are both going on, and then goes into the pits, and I think that is the right strategy call once again for the Alfa Romeo garage. You don't want to go on too long on those soft tires, because they feel terrible as soon as the last drop gets in, and I think then going on to those mediums now will definitely gain on the two guys in front, with Connor now on the hards being in P3.
Well, looking on, yes, Connell is 9.5 behind our race leader. Buzzer's 10.7 behind our race leader. And they're not exactly catching the leaders. So, to be fair to the leaders, they aren't exactly slowing down to the point where they're now losing time to the guys on those harder rubber. So they can get away with it. Who they are losing out to, though, are the guys who...
Oh,
Oh, another VSC! And you
and
said
this
there'd
could...
be no safety cars.
No safety cars, yeah. Yeah, no, like
Right,
full
technically.
safety cars. No, but actually, I wanted to say, look at the gap between Meteorobo and Dan. That's almost... oh, get your mess right, Thomas. It's 8 point... No, now it's... yeah, okay. It's sort of around the 8-second mark. It was like a second between both of them as soon as Matty made their pit stop. But if this virtual safety car stays on a little bit longer... No, it doesn't. Okay, now, so Meteorobo gained 8 seconds during that pit stop. So he's definitely gonna rejoin ahead of the 2 leaders. And I think...
Yep, they're pitting.
They're pitting now.
Oh, the Red Bull hits the back! Oh, sorry, the Mercedes hits the back of Rage. So Vandinius has got wing damage.
Wing damage for America. Is he gonna change his front wing?
Yeah, he'll have to.
Yes, he is.
Work.
Oh, such a mistake from the Mercedes driver. He had to stay cool and collected. Well, he wasn't. And that is gonna hurt him even more compared to Meteorobo. Yeah, he's on a straight already.
Easily gonna get past.
Oh, but he's gonna get overtaken by Isaac on those softs. We said he had to make those softs work, and he's definitely doing it. Got past Meteorobo, and now Kelswag is the next target.
Yeah, Vandinius, that's probably experience, the lack of experience of maybe 50% races. When you're behind someone close, you can't attack the pit lane like you do when you're on your own or in front. Got to be have a bit more trepidation, caution.
Yeah, you just have to keep in mind, you can't win it going into the pits. The only thing is you can focus on releasing your clutch early enough to maybe get in front, but it's not the main thing to make an overtake or gain any time. So yeah, like you said, maybe a lack of experience, but definitely a big mistake from the Mercedes driver. Oh, look at Mazza going down the inside of Connell. Is he gonna make the move stick? Still side by side. Connell holds it round the outside on those hards. Brilliant stuff from the Williams driver as he stays in front of the Ferrari.
Nice. Vandinius had a moment in the bus stop, probably tried to get past someone and had a spin, so he's lost even more time. Yeah, those softs are going to be dramatically better right now, but he's going to have to pit sooner, and that means he's going to have to do the final stint on the mediums a lot longer. In fact, will he be on the hard or will he be on the medium next?
Isaac will probably go on to the mediums at the end.
Yeah.
As he got past Jizzy and he sets the fast lap of this race. Well done to him. As he definitely is showing potential pace for tier 3 seat next season. Yellow flag in sector 3. Don't see any slow cars. Probably someone who went off for a little moment. The question will be on this lap, is Mazda gonna get past Connell this time? He will get DRS, he's putting an overtake, but is it gonna be enough? I think he's too far away. Maybe he's gonna do it after the chicane. Let's see, going into the chicane, he's very close, he's lining it up. But yes, he goes into overtake again. This must be it for the Ferrari driver, otherwise he has burned a lot of DRS for absolutely nothing. He's gonna try it once again down the inside. Connell holds it round the outside once again. Oh, they almost make contact, but Connell does the same move and he still stays in front of the Ferrari driver. Brilliant stuff from the Irishman, as he is doing a brilliant job on those hard tires.
And he saved DRS as well, so he's got much more in reserve than Musa has. Ricky's down. He's 4 seconds behind Musa, just struggling on race trim massively. He's about to be overtaken here by the still fresh soft driver of Yak.
Yeah, I think Ricky knows that he has to let Isaac go through and just try to follow him, get DRS on the next lap and just see what you can do, because there's no point holding him back knowing he's on fresher soft tires. No point holding him up, and Meteorobo is closely gonna follow as well. He's just outside of the 1 second window to Jizzy behind, and he's almost within the 1 second window of Ricky in front. So Meteorobo is doing really good on those mediums. Of course he has to stop again, but that is for most of the people in front, so no worries for him as of yet.
Yeah, that's it. And so just for comparison, Rage, who obviously was in second two,
Mazza! What happened to Mazza?
Retired.
Where did he lose it? And another virtual safety car. But what happened to Mazza?
He must have, well, either contact with Connell, or he lost it on his own.
Really weird stuff.
It's because Connell got any damage? No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
So,
really weird. But is Connell gonna stop?
I mean, no, you
I
can't.
don't think so.
Can't stop at this stage. He's gonna
No,
have to
he
stay
continues
on.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because he's on hard, but Isaac needs to stop. Oh, and he does. Class. And Ricky is in as well.
Yeah.
Ricky is in. Is Medi Robo? Yeah, Medi Robo stays out, of course. Jizzy stays out as well. Kels Swag stays out as well. Okay, fair enough. So, change of top 3 again. It's now Connell in front of Matty, in front of Jizzy.
So now, Matty obviously was able to take advantage of Rage and that lot, but the guys who just pit their Yak and Shaq and who was Ricky, they've been able to save a bit of time now, take advantage of that VSC while it was there. Connell, this is the risk with being on the hard tyre. Obviously, all these early safety cars, VSCs, he hasn't been able to take advantage of them because of the tyre he's on. He will have a fast car at the end of the race, but yeah, so far VSCs have sort of hindered him. But Matty is still in the driving seat here in P2.
Robo's doing a brilliant job as Kelsweg gets past Jizzy. He tried it last lap, didn't work because of the virtual safety car. He made it stick now, but is Jizzy gonna come back at him? Going into the fast right-hander, you think he is. Going around the outside. Oh, they're side by side. Oh, look at Rage Snipes as well. Kelsweg holds it down the inside, but now it's the inside for Jizzy. Kelsweg needs to go the long way around. Is he gonna work? They both make contact. And there's Kelsweg dropping one place to Rage Snipes. And Rage Snipes probably going down the inside of Jizzy now. It's a double overtake for Rage Snipes and only one straight. Oh, Jizzy and Kelsweg. Wow, that's close.
Still side by side. Unreal. And Rage, another thing we didn't know, I didn't notice anyway, Rage just decided to go for the one stop. Because he went from the softs to the hards.
From the soft to the hards, but I don't think he is able to stretch them. Yellow flag, sector 3. That is Thibaut going very slowly into the pits. Don't know what's happened to him. He's going in on 5 lap old hard, so that must be a front wing change then for the Frenchman. At his home Grand Prix, that's definitely not what you want. All drive-through penalty, that's even worse.
We still got a battle here with Dan, Kelster and Jizzy.
Oh, Dan got past as well.
Yeah.
Smart
Down
play
straight.
from Dan.
Yeah.
And now we need to get past the Dutchman in the Red Bull. But is he gonna do it now? He is looking, but he's not close enough, and he's on 10% ERS, so he's got nothing to play with. But you can see the amount of grip he's got compared to Kelsweg, and he is probably gonna get past on a start finish straight, but he has got to wait a little bit more, have a little bit more patience, because if you rush your move now and pick up damage, that your race through the window. So he needs to wait now, he needs to make sure he's close to the back of the Red Bull. And then make your move on the start finish straight. Kelsweg won't get DRS, then will get DRS. And look at how close he is already with the overtake button and the DRS enabled round the outside. And that's job done. Good overtake from Dan. And next up is Rage Snipes in front. And he could actually help his teammate out a lot to overtake Rage Snipes and hold him up a little bit. Because Rage Snipes is currently looking to make the one stop work.
Question. Do we think that Yezhan 84 can make it to the end medium tyres?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm now at a point where, we still got so many laps. So I think yeah, he did the right thing in stopping, but he should have gone on the hard.
Yeah, definitely, but that's what I said. That's the predicted strategy. It's that soft, medium. So he probably didn't change it going into the pitch, as he was too busy knowing whether he was gonna stop, yes or no. So it still had medium selected, and that's probably why he's on those mediums, or he must have got the glitch again where it's not changing your tires. But that's definitely a mistake from his part, because you can't last those mediums that long. He's already on 2-lap old mediums, and he still has to do another 15 laps, included this one. I don't see that happening. Maybe, like, he can do it, but he will be very slow at the end of the race. He's not gonna win that many positions anymore. So, mistake from him, something to learn from. But he's definitely showing some good pace, so yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Kelswag goes into the pits, 12 lap old mediums, this is what I mean. He's had enough of those mediums, and that's still what Isaac has to do till the end of the race.
Yeah, he's going in and he's fitting on the hard tyre.
Oh, Roland! Lost it coming out of the last turn, wing damage on the right hand side, and that's the Dutchman dropping places left, right and center. He lost 2 places to and the Mercedes and Isaac. Oh, he won't be happy.
It's all kicking off here, and we're only just halfway through the race. Lap 14, 27.
Yeah, and this is the thing, like I said before the race, like last week at Monza we had a pretty straightforward race talking about strategy. Now it's all over the place. We've got Connell on 13 lap old hards, we've got Matty Robo on 8 lap old mediums, Rage Snipes 6 lap old hards. Rage Snipes probably gonna go for the 1 stop. Connell and Matty both have to stop. Is Matty gonna gain on another set of mediums? Is he gonna go for a set of softs? You just never know, and that's the fun part about this track. You can go so many different ways strategy wise that is gonna be interesting till the very end of this race.
To be fair, Rage is doing very good lap times on the hard. He is equaling the pace of Matty, and that is key, because yes, Matty has got older tyres and they're mediums, so they are at worse stage now, but Rage is actually closing in on Matty, and Matty really is going to have a struggle with a catch up after he pits. Yes, he'll be on much fresher tyres, but it'll be really close, even with that advantage that he's had with the safety car.
Yep, definitely. It's Jizzy now into the pits on 13 lap old hards it was. Don't know how. Oh yeah, Connell's of course then on 14 lap old hards. So you would expect Connell to slowly start coming into the pits now, but of course he wants to make sure those mediums are as fresh as possible till the end of the race. Currently on board with the Mercedes, as he is about to overtake another Dutchman in the Red Bull. This time it's Justin. Is it gonna be enough to make the move now? You would say so. DRS and overtake button enabled. Justin knows he's not gonna be able to defend this position, and that's the Mercedes up into P5. Job done already before the braking point, and it's time now for him to catch back up to Dan in front. And this is the time they lost during the virtual safety car, and of course the Mercedes with the front wing change.
Yeah, and the Mercedes had a spin on his first lap, on his out lap as well. So he's had quite a few, those last couple of laps around the pits were horrible. Connell stays out again for another lap.
Yeah, I think Connell is probably thinking, like, as long as Medirobo is not in the range of overtaking me, I'm just gonna stay out, because Rage Snipes, he is slowly closing it, but you know he's gonna go until the end of this race. So Justin goes into the pits. And you know the rest of the guys behind all have to make another stop apart from GC, but he was already behind Connell. So Connell is in the hot seat now, where he can just decide whether he wants to stop, yes or no. And as long as Medirobo stays in the 1.3, 1.4 seconds behind him, there's nothing to worry about.
Yes, at the moment, yeah, Rage is really closing in on Matty as well. So, the way it's going, I mean, Rage obviously is going to go super long on those hard tyres. They will be absolutely toast by the end of this race. But, looking good so far. Penalties, I think, are going to come into it as well.
Yeah, Connell has 3 seconds of time penalties. Don't know about Matty Robbo, you can ask in the chat. O'Connell needs to keep in mind he's got those 3 seconds already, and don't know about the warnings, but could be on for a 6 seconds very shortly. The question will be, is he gonna stop this lap or is he gonna go on for another lap? 11 lap old mediums is very much doable, so you would assume he is gonna stop in the next couple of laps, and he is gonna stop. It's O'Connell into the pits, followed by Matty Robbo. Both into the pits, so I assume Matty Robbo is gonna go on to another set of mediums to cover off O'Connell.
Yeah, that's right.
As Blades has asked those penalties, thank you very much. It's Matty Robbo on 0 seconds and Rage Snipes on 0 seconds. You're an absolute hero. So O'Connell, the only one from the top 3 who had a penalty. That's something to keep in mind. And yeah, like I said, both on the mediums, Matty Robbo covering off O'Connell. And now it's going to be very interesting to see what Matty Robbo can do compared to the Williams driver.
Yeah, so effectively, the 2 stopping of Matty has meant that O'Connell, that's not good of a strategy. O'Connell, the first in O'Connell had. You know, he's Matty, who's odds on effectively the race leader, is falling behind Connell because Connell yet to stop and had good enough pace on the hards and has done his 1 stop, and he is now good to go for the rest of the race. We got Rage, who's not going to stop. The other guys from P2 all the way to P3, those guys will still have to pit again. I mean, Jacques, or Isaac, whatever we call him, you forget.
Yeah, Isaac still has to make another stop, but I think Ricky on 6 lap old hards is trying to make it last till the very end of this race. Rage Snipes is on 9 lap old hards, and if we think he is gonna go for the 1 stop, then definitely Ricky is as well.
The only thing I think with Rage is, unless he was thinking I want to extend so I can put the softs on for the final stint. But I don't think he'll be doing that as Dan pits now as
Dan
well.
goes into the pits. Where is he gonna come out on track? I would say behind Jizzy. That would mean behind Kelswag as well, I think. Where is Dan gonna come out as he puts on a fresh set of mediums? Goes out of the box now. Oh, it's gonna be very close. But I think it's gonna be enough for Kelswag to get in front. He immediately pulls it into overtake. Oh, Jizzy's not even gonna get past. Fair enough, fair play to Dan. Gets out in front of the McLaren in P7. And he is on to maybe even snatch a P5 from Robert.
Nice job there by Dan on now fresh mediums. Jizzy on 3 lap older mediums, hunting down the hard runners. Yeah, as you say, Ricky on 7 lap old hards. Shouldn't be too hard for...
Ooh, Ricky is gonna go for the overtake now. Down the inside of Robert. Both title contenders. As Ricky makes the move stick, that's Ricky up into P5. Robert drops down to P6. And Robert must be very frustrated right now in the Haas, knowing he probably has to make another stop. And seeing his both title rivals in front of him.
I mean, the only consolation, I guess, is he'll probably go another 2 laps, maybe then 1 more lap, and then pit for softs.
And then pit for softs. Maybe get the fastest lap as well in the process, and then gain as much positions as you can to damage limitation, I would say.
Yeah, that'd be the smart thing, I guess. Unless he feels he can hold on for another 8 more laps.
That would be absolutely amazing if he is actually able to stretch those hards till the very end of this race. It's going to be very interesting to see what Rage Snipes can do as well, because the position he's in right now, I would go on till the very end as well. Ricky picked up 3 seconds going through turn 2. The same goes on for Jizzy.
Yeah, Connell is 15.4 seconds behind Rage. So with 8 to go, that is the gap. And it is slowly.
Oh, look at Matty. He is closing in on Connell. Connell defends the inside. Matty Robbo has to go the long way through, but he makes it stick. That's Matty up into P3, and I wanted to say the net position, net P1 in this race, but I think P1 is Rage Snipes, so it's the net P2 as Isaac still has to make another stop.
Connell though still has, or he did have a lot of ERS in reserve. We're as close to Matty, so Matty's been using a little bit more. And Connell was caught asleep there, and now he's behind the Alpha driver as Matty's picking up the pace. And Connell will get a little bit deep, but this is what Matty needs: a clean track, and hunt down the pink Mercedes racing point.
Oh, Medirobo puts in the fast lap in the process. Connell went for a very tight approach going into the last turn, which lost him a lot of exit speed. Very interesting line from Connell there. But he is still within the 1 second window, which is crucial, of course. And is he gonna try to overtake the Alfa Romeo in front, or is he trying to save a little bit of ERS in the process? Let's see what is the Irishman gonna do. He puts it into overtake, and with the DRS enable, he's definitely trying to make a move on Medirobo, who already goes defensive onto the straight, but I don't think it's gonna be enough for Connell. Or is it? Or is it? He breaks late. Down the inside. Oh, it's close. Oh, he almost lost it on exit. Yellow sector 3. That's the Haas of Lars off track. As he spun, but Connell still in the slipstream going down the inside of the fast right-hander. But the Medirobo rolls it round the outside. Brilliant stuff from the Alfa Romeo.
Fair play. Good clean driving by both. But this is not what was wanted. Matty wants clear air. He doesn't want to be defending. He wants to be hunting down. The two of them really, Connell should save the RS and work with Matty, because Matty seems to be the faster driver. It's obviously Connell took a massive advantage of using his overtake and DRS. They just need to work together right now. Now's not the time to battle.
Yeah, but the thing is, Connell can't really work together because he needs to get 3 seconds in front of Medirobo to actually get that position. So if he waits too long, he won't have time enough to pull away those 3 seconds. So it's crucial for him now to get past, because otherwise there's definitely no way he is gonna be 3 seconds in front of Medirobo. The only thing is to get him a podium is if Isaac is gonna stop, but that's making me question more lap by lap, because I think he is trying to make it till the end of this race.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to make it, but I feel like he will drop like a fly. We've still got a few laps to go.
Look at Connell. Sorry to interrupt, but he was looking close again. But yeah, like you say, he is saving it for this lap. Try and get away on the next one, I would say. Oh, Ricky got past Dan. Ricky's got some insane speed. Oh no, of course he has to defend from Dan.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my mistake. Then with some solid pace on those mediums, now has the inside, but has to stick into the slipstream of Ricky again. Is he gonna go for the move down the inside for the next turn? Yes, he is. Oh, he was having a look. Much more grip, of course, on those 3-lap old mediums. Ricky knows it. So he's probably gonna give up the position on the start, finish straight.
Yeah. Ricky nearly side by side. Ricky gives him the space. But yeah, has to go a bit tight into the final corner, but actually gets a much better run.
Terrible exit for Dan. Not the apex like it used to be, and yeah, they actually allowed him to not get past Ricky on the start finish straight, so he has got to wait for the long back straight to make a move.
I think Rage might have this. Matty is 13.5 seconds. He is clawing his way quite big now, but I think it's only a second and a bit. And really, he needs 2 seconds a lap. He's not going to get that. He should just be able to catch Yasak in P2, but
5.1 seconds.
Might have it.
Yeah, that's going to be very close round. But Rage Snipes, if he continues on like this and doesn't get a puncture, then the victory is his. Medirobo, sorry, then got past Ricky, making so many mistakes with this battle, but then got past Ricky for P5, and he is looking to get close to Connell and maybe helping his teammate out, but I think that's gonna be too much, knowing the gap is 9 seconds. That's definitely not gonna work for Dan to get anywhere close, but if you can get within the 3 second mark, then he should be on to take the position from Connell in front.
And our race leader is looking to lap Lars very soon. Lars is really struggling with pace today, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is the fact he had to take the drive-through as well, which not really helped, of course. So yeah, disappointing race for the Dutchman, but I think the whole pit box of Haas is not going to be happy with Robert in P11. He would have hoped a little bit more from this race. Who is going to be happy is the Alfa Romeo pit box, because they're in P3 and P5 and doing an absolutely brilliant job for the constructor standings.
Yeah, brilliant job by those guys. I'll tell you what though, as Robert's fast lap.
Yeah, there we have it.
Hats off to Rage for it. As all Connell goes past Matty Robbo. So it's not over yet. Those two dicing for that podium spot. But yeah, fair play to Rage. I didn't think his strategy was correct, but he's had such mega pace on the hard tyre, and it's paying dividends. He's barely really losing much time. He's keeping the gap still at 13 seconds.
Oh, yellow sector 3. That's the Haas of Lars, who spun again. Hopefully he doesn't get into the way of Isaac. No, he doesn't. Matty Robbo got back past Connell again. Brilliant move. And the thing is now 4.9 seconds to Isaac. I don't think they're gonna close in the gap on pure pace. It's gonna be the question of, are the mediums of Isaac gonna make it till the end of this race? He will lose a lot of time at the end, but as long as he doesn't get a puncture, he should be on for a podium, which is insane.
To be fair, he is equaling the pace of Rage. On 13 lap old mediums, he's still equaling that pace of 8 seconds. And Matty it's because of their fighting with Connell, he hasn't, the last couple of laps, been able to close in on Rage at all. That's what just another fastest lap, and is closing in. He is now just 8 seconds behind Kelster in the final podium position.
Those guys are really close together. Look at the minimap. So there's definitely something to gain still for the Dutchman in P11. Something to gain as well for Connell, which is possibly P3. Matty Robbo still hasn't picked up a 3-second penalty, so Connell still has to do all the work on track and pull away 3 seconds to make sure he will hold on to that P3. Then actually closed in a second on the last lap, so he's doing a really good job on those fresh mediums.
Yeah, great job on those fresh mediums indeed. I'm really shocked really with the the top 3 we have on our hands really. I mean, Matty I did expect to be there in the top 3, but and to be fair, Rage obviously, but after the way the strategy's gone, fair play. And I think Rage obviously with that one stop, and Isak as well, doing the unconventional 2-stopper of a soft medium. Unreal. His pace is still good. It's still good.
The thing is, knowing like, oh, Matty Robbo, we saw it on stream. Oh, going wide at turn 2, picking up the 3 seconds. It's all on the cards now, as Connell only has to overtake the guy in front to take P3 now. The game is on, and Connell probably knows it. So this is gonna be very tasty for the last 3 laps of this race. What I wanted to say is, knowing you're a tier 2 driver, I'm a tier 1 driver, we sort of go into this race as well to analyze the strategy, what is gonna work, what not. What Rage Snipes is soft to hard. Isaac is soft medium. Matty Robbo went for a soft medium, and Connell went for a hard to medium. So what is the best strategy? We still don't know.
Yeah, it's so out there, and obviously safety cars play their part, but Rage, he didn't get the VFC advantage at all. But Matty did.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, Matty Robbo got the big advantage of the virtual safety car, of course.
Yeah, Isak as well, Ushak rather had, he got the advantage of the VFC as well in his final stop. So that definitely helped him be a bit closer. So it's one of those where I feel the 2-stopper allows you to have better options of utilising any safety car periods to save time. whilst the one stopper you are very much dictated to having to stop in your window. Two stopper does seem to give people a bit more wind, but Rage, thankfully, I think Rage, because he's got so much pace, he's been able to do this softer, hard strategy. And yeah, with the pace he's got, he's barely really lost much any time. As we are with 1.5 laps to go. And amazingly, Ishak is going to look like he's going to hold on.
Yes, 2.2 seconds to Meteorobo. Of course, they both got 3 seconds, and Isaac has 0 seconds of penalties, so he can just let them go and still finish in front. Connell is probably gonna wait till the last lap to try and get past Matty in front, but is it gonna work? We have to wait and see, but this is gonna be a very tasty end of the France Grand Prix, like we always see for the EU3 guys. If not a safety car late in the end of the race, it's gonna be a strategy call which will determine the podium for today's race. Is Connell gonna make it?
I think Connell's just not got quite the pace. He is saying to DRS, but Matty has the same amount of percentage as Ishak. Oh, Ishak is really struggling with traction at the final turn. The gap is 1.5. If he can keep it at 1.5 before the DRS zone, he has got P2 in the bag. But can he keep that gap?
Oh, if Meteorobo closes in quickly enough, he will get DRS, and that could be crucial for him to defend from Connell in front. And in fact, he is gonna get DRS. Look at this. Oh, it's so close. Connell is praying for no DRS from Matty, but Matty is gonna get DRS. Oh, and that's Connell's chance gone out of the window to get past Matty.
And Matty doesn't even have DRS to use it down the straight anyway.
Crucial play, and now put it into overtake to defend for the last corners. Yes, he does. He exactly knows what to do, but is he gonna get past Isaac in front? Does he know this is...
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he goes for it down the inside. Isaac has to play it smart, which he does. He knows he's got 3 seconds to play with. Just need to keep it on track and don't get a puncture. We go to our race winner for today's EU3 France Grand Prix as he crosses the line to take the victory tonight. Rage Snipes, really well done. But Meteorobo, Isaac and Connell are gonna come across the line now. Who is gonna take the last 2 podium spots? It's gonna be Isaac and Matty. Really well done to them. Connell, unfortunately for him, P4, as Dan is gonna across the line in P5. Well done to him. The new Mercedes driver P6. Yes, as he will stay in front of Ricky. And this is the big battle for the last couple of points. Justin takes P8. Kelswag is gonna take P9. And Jesse taking P10. Is Robert gonna take P10? Yes, he is. With fastest lap and P10 taking 2 points, which could at the end maybe be crucial for the championship fight. Well done to him. Perfodas won't be happy, P12. Sneaky Tom won't be happy in P13 as well. And Thibaut, is he gonna snatch the fastest lap of Robert? Ooh, Robert is praying now for Thibaut to make a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know his previous sector time. This is all for that fastest lap point, where it's going to be, obviously if Thibaut does get the fastest lap, he doesn't get the point, but he takes it away.
Yeah, he takes it away from Robert, yeah. Oh, he ran out of ERS. I don't think this is going to be it.
No, it's not.
No, it's not going to be it. So Thibaut, last one to come across the line, as we've seen a brilliant race from Rage Snipes in P1. And a good battle for the podium at the end. Kelswag, your driver of the day. He gained the most amount of positions this race. So here we have it, moonwalking onto the podium. So he lifts the P1 trophy. Yeah, I predicted, I had 2 names on my podium prediction, but it's just in a different order.
Exactly the same name.
Yeah,
I didn't. I had. Who did I have winning it? I had. Oh yeah,
what
I
did
had
I say,
Robert winning
Robert?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, we both
Yeah, I
got
said
them
Robert as
almost.
well. I said Matty.
Ricky and
Oh, did I say? I said
you said
Robert,
Ricky.
Rage Snipes, and Ricky. I said. Oh, it's only one
Yeah.
name. I'm sorry. Yeah, I predicted Rage Snipes. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. But I say he was gonna finish P3. He finished P1, which is even better with a brilliant strategy call from P1 to P1. Well done. Not a racing point. It's a Mercedes. Well, now pink. Isaac P2, brilliant replacement for Blades. Matthew Wall P3, Connell P4, Dan P5, new Mercedes. P6, Ricky P7, Justin P8, Kel Swag P9, Robert rounding off the top 10 and taking a fast lap. Jizzy P11, Roland P12, Sneaky Tom P13, Thibaut P15, Lars P15. The rest of the grid is gone. Nice. I
Another
went.
guy.
Yeah, it was. He did a brilliant job as well, to be honest. Let's invite these guys now to the commentary box. It's gonna be Rage Snipes, Matty, and the new man Isaac. Sorry for the blue screen, nothing to do about it. Let's see. Rage Snipes and Matty Robot. They're all invited. So we go and get the pink Mercedes on our screens. As Isaac is joining the party already. Lovely stuff. Waiting for the other two to join as well. So there we have it on screen. Rage Snipes and Isaac are in. It's waiting now for me. Guys, make sure your audio is on allowed to be shared, so you will be here on stream. Otherwise, it sounds like I'm talking to no one.
Yeah.
If you go to party and then privacy settings, it should say sharing audio, and then should be able to put it on always allow.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
There we have all of them. So with all of the three guys in the party, we're gonna start off with our P3 Medi. Yeah, congratulations on the P3. Probably would have hoped for a little bit more.
I think early on today, possibly that would have been fair. It's just, yeah, just a little bit disappointed. I think penalty at the end again cost me last week, cost me again this week of a potential P2. And yeah, listening to my audio on the way back, that could be interesting because I was just shouting at Colin just to be like, work with me, stop attacking me. We can get the guy in second really easily, and he just kept on fine. But it was a good battle in that. So yeah, interesting to come through with the two stop. But yeah, just surprised how everything panned out. Obviously the VSC helped out massively early doors, but I was going to put on that 5 anyway. So.
Yeah, because of the first virtual safety car, you went on to the mediums, and then with the second stop, you actually decided to cover off Connell, I think it was, to make sure he was not gonna get too much in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking for. I heard what Ricky and Robert were doing, and to be honest, it's as I said earlier in the chat. I was just like, just need to get points. Just need to get these points, and if I'm ahead of those guys, just try and maximise as much as I can.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you extended your lead, so that's a good job. And taking home big points together with Dan is doing a pretty good job for the constructor standings as well. So congratulations on the P3.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Going on to our EU4 driver Isaac in P2. What a drive you've done today, going for the soft medium strategy and actually making it work. Question for you. Did you know the guys behind were on 3 seconds, or was it a big surprise for you to, at the end, finish in P2?
Well, first of all, thanks. Uh, let's just say I finished the race in like 78% of the tires. They were like gone, dead. I don't know how I pulled it off. I saw that they were like in the same pace with me. Uh, I always was asking, for penalties and always 3 seconds, 3 seconds. I'm not really sure how they couldn't catch me in the end, like the last lap. So I was like, phew, thank God.
Yeah, and at the end you got P2. Probably didn't expect it at the start of the session to get P2, isn't it?
No, I did not really expect that, and to be honest, I was expecting like a P9, P10 finish because of the one stops, the medium hards there. But the virtual safety cars came both times at the perfect moment. I was like in the P10 tree, so I lost no time there.
Yeah, both great strategy goals. At the first, we thought you made a mistake going on to the mediums, but it paid off at the end and gave you a brilliant P2. So congratulations, mate. Enjoy it, and good luck for your EU4 race on the first day.
Thank you very much.
Then going on to our race winner, Rage Snipes. Congratulations on the victory. Yeah, the big question I think was it always your strategy to go for the soft to hard, or did you change plans during the race?
Yeah, when we did the practice, I saw the hearts that they were 35%, I think, on lap 22 when I did the medium hard, and I thought I can do the soft hard strategy, and it worked very good. 9 seconds, I think, ahead of P2. Very good strategy, and yeah, I love the points. Finally P1.
Yeah, 25
and,
points in the bag. Really
yeah.
well done. Yeah, halfway through the race, you were gaining two or a lot of positions, but then the virtual safety car came out. Were you debating on whether to go into the pits and change tires, or were you always sticking to this plan?
I was sticking to the plan just to go on lap 7 to the hearts, but I was hoping to not get a full safety car. I was begging, so it pulled off very great.
Yeah, you did a brilliant job, and with no penalties as well. Very clean, good race from pole position and taking the victory in the race as well. Really well done. Congratulations on the P1 and enjoy it, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
So with the interviews done, it rounds off the stream for today. I want to congratulate everyone once again who finished on the podium. Thank you all for tuning in to today's stream once again, and Lewis for joining the commentary box with me. Pleasure as always.
Yes, thanks very much, and well done, guys, for a great P3, top 3, and look forward to next week.
Definitely always looking forward to the tier 3 race. If you're looking forward as well, make sure to hit the follow button, or maybe even subscribe to our Twitch channel. If you want to support Console Speed even more, you can check out our web shop in the description. Yeah, we've got the tier 2 and AM2 race tomorrow, AU1 and AM1 on the Wednesday, and AU4 on the Thursday. Make sure to tune in next week, same time, same day, and as I always say, stay safe and goodbye.